Breaking news, guys. Nigerians everywhere don't scatter. Aso Rock on fire. In fact, politicians now, they fear. When I see this issue of coup, the thing don't they get see though for Nigeria. All these young soldiers, when they say, they are no more comfortable with the situation of the country and all that and everything, that has been happening. They want to take another step, just like what happened in Mali, Niger Republic and Burkina Faso. That thing they want to do for Nigerians. Presidential Guards Brigade has been placed on high alert. As this news they meet like this now. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is really very, scared. And now, tomorrow now, NLC don't they plan nationwide strike. DSS they talk their own for that side though. Say make anybody not come out. Police they talk. But NLC they talk say all die na die. Now this one now don't happen. Nigerians. Last week, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, warned people calling for coup over the current economic hardship in Nigeria to desist from such act. The Presidential Guard Brigade has been put on high alert following unusual movement leading to suspicions of a coup plot in Nigeria. Sahara reporters exclusively learned on Sunday that the suspicions prompted emergency meeting involving the commander of the Presidential Guard Brigade, Colonel Adebisi, the President Bola Tinubu, and the Chief of Staff, Femi Gbenjabiamila. The Presidential Guard Brigade was placed on high alert after unusual armed, corps movement spread coup suspicion. Last week, Colonel Onansaya met with the President and the Chief of Staff twice within 20 hours. They have also placed key brigades under watch due to planned protest. A top presidency source told Sahara reporters. He said there has been tension in the country amid the current hardship, the rising inflation and high cost of living following the removal of fuel subsidy and floating of the Naira by President Bola Tinubu's administration. The floating of the Naira allows the market forces to determine its value. The policies have pushed up the prices of goods and services, automatically increased the rate of inflation and worsened hardship in the country. Last week, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, warned people calling for a coup over the current economic hardship in Nigeria to desist from such. Musa said the armed forces would continue to protect the country's democracy, warned that the long arms of the law would soon catch up with the proponents of coup d'etat. While feeding questions from journalists when he inaugurated the main entrance of the 6th Division Nigerian Army and officers transit accommodation in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, the CDS admitted that the country was going through serious economic challenges. He, however, insisted that having a military coup in the country was not an option. He said the military would protect Nigeria's democracy as, according to him, Nigerians want democracy and the country does better under democracy. He said the military will continue to support democracy, adding that the people calling for coup d'etat are evil people who don't mean well for Nigeria. He warned such people to be very careful because the law will come after them. According to him, everybody goes through a trying period in life. You can see the government putting efforts to ensure that we come out better. And it is where you go through difficulties. It is when you go through difficulties and come out better, you will really appreciate what it is to to build a nation, he said. Nigerians' naira recently crashed to a record low against the dollar on the official market. Last week, Sahara Reporters also reported that the naira exchange for 1,980 naira to $1 on the parallel markets and 1,780 naira on the official market as a swift decline continue amid the government calm down on currency speculators. Meanwhile, there has been protest against hardship, rising inflation and high costs of living in several parts of the country, following some economic policies of President Bola Tinubu's administration. For instance, there has been protest in Kano, in Ogun State, in Niger State, Sokoto, Oyo, and Osun states to express their displeasure with the unprecedented level of hunger in the land. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Labour Congress had announced a nationwide protest scheduled for February 27 and 28 to kick against the economic challenges facing Nigerians. The decision came after a 14-day ultimatum issued to the Nigerian government regarding the widespread hardship. But the Department of State Service (DSS) and the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice Latif San have urged the NLC to shape its proposed nationwide protest. Similarly, the Trade Union Congress has warned that the planned protest being championed by the NLC may lead to anarchy due to the tense nature of the country amid current hardship and prevailing hunger in the land. The government warned that the NLC would be in contempt of court if the planned protest was held. But a senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, has written to the Nigerian AGF, noting that NLC would not be in contempt of court over its planned nationwide protest. In the letter dated February 24, 2024, and addressed to the AGF, Falana said, "We submit, without any fear of contradiction, that the proposed public protest of the NLC is not contentious of the two ex parte orders of the National Industrial Courts in particular. So the issue of contempt does not arise as the NLC has challenged the jurisdiction of the National Industrial Court to entertain the substantive course." Talking about history of coups in Africa. Indeed, the African continent has seen a significant increase in coups in the last 3 years, with military figures carrying out takeovers in Gabon, Niger Republic, Burkina Faso, Sudan, Guinea, Chad, and Mali. Of 492 attempted or successful coups carried out around the world since 1950, Africa has seen 220, most of any region, with 109 of them successful. Jonathan Powell and Clayton date show. So guys, I beg, make a drop am for here. How una see this matter now? Is this something Nigeria should be worried about? I'm talking about Nigerian government. Do we think the military is better than the democracy government we are currently having now in Nigeria? I beg, I want make una put smart for this matter, because the matter don't dey tough now. I beg, kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Thank you for stopping by.